Joke Silva.
Hey, Denrele Edun. Indian name Rajiv Raja, Oriki Akombi. What do I really do? I can't place my fingers on it. I'm just a multitasker. Entertainment entrepreneur. Yes, I found it.
Actress, producer, sometimes director, most times trainer.
I am a wonderful disciplinarian. Yes, I have 2 younger sisters and they can attest to that. Youngba rubbish.
I have a fetish for makeup and shoes.
I am the voice of reason in my house.
I really have to resist not buying makeup or shoes.
But hey guys, you are on.
You're on. Hello, we're on, and you're with myself and Denrele Edun, talking about mastering the art. I hope you're enjoying yourself as much as we are, because we are really having a whale of a time. Yes, Denrele. Yeah, I'm supposed to be asking you some questions.
Who would go first? No expo.
I'm older than you.
Oh,
so
it's
I
low
have
age.
Years. Hi. Age before beauty.
Whose shoes are higher?
Yeah, finer. My own is not bad though.
It's okay. Okay. Whose hair is fuller? Okay.
I am asking first. So now you really have come a long way.
Yes, I have.
And a lot of, so many other presenters have come after you. But how have you been able to not only stay relevant, but to just stay ahead of the pack? Nobody is anywhere as close to Denrele.
Ha! You just blessed me with that. So
Amen.
I think I would say relevance and consistency is key.
Okay.
One of the rules of the job, if not the game,
Yes.
never forget a name, never forget a face. Ha!
Wow.
It's
How do you
tough.
do that?
I try, you Auntie J. It's not easy. There always has to be some sort of connection somewhere, and it's about staying grounded.
Me.
I will teach you. Don't worry. Finally, something I can teach Auntie J.
Yes, because I forget faces. I would like. I forget names, but I remember faces.
But somehow you would be able to remember where you met the person, and and then I think it's. For me, what makes my job really easy is I've been very grounded. I don't see all the lights, camera, fashion, action, everything. I don't see it at all. In my head somewhere, I'm this irregular dude who just likes to do what he likes to do. But I think what we really need to do in the industry is be as original as possible. And then also always appreciate your subject matter. For every presenter, a lot of us don't throw compliments. We just want to go there, do the job. No, leave a lasting impression. Let people feel good. We're Nigerians with all the hustle and bustle and all the madness of the country. Why would you want to come on a red carpet and do an interview? I'm using the red carpet as an example. And then I'm very good with body language. So when I see you coming my way, I will crack you up one way or the other. Even when you leave, you feel a lot lighter than you were when you originally came in. It's a little sidekick, but it does go a long way. And then again, stay in tune with social media. Social media is key.
Okay.
And like I said earlier, for me, I don't have a personal assistant. I know that is draining, but I try as much as possible to answer my calls myself. No, but I'm not crippled, I'm not handicapped, I don't need a personal assistant. Yes, okay. Just say, I know you might disagree with me on that one.
No, I don't, because I pick up my phone myself as well.
We have so much in common. See?
I do, I pick up myself.
And I think, putting God first, and then also, when the world turns against you, remember, family is the only gift you can have.
Exactly.
I do not joke with my family. So my father's prayers and my mother's prayers, MFM prayers, they are pushing us. And, overall, if you've never been to America, don't attempt to speak like an American. We are Nigerians. Niger English.
Bless you.
Thank you. Saying it. Even if I'm speaking with someone who's, if I'm conversing with someone who's American, who's British, I will speak my Niger.
Exactly. That's key.
We're rated one of the sexiest accents now. So yes, originality is key. So, Mommy, straight to you. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes, you were. Very
tried,
well. If it wasn't for time, I would have been asking more questions. But I'll behave myself.
Let me jump on this one. Yes. Okay, now, because I know that you like to, I would say that we both have something in common. We've evolved over time.
Yes,
You've spotted, I've lost count of the hairstyles you spotted. Now we are rocking
that's
this hair is fuller than it looks.
Something. Yes.
After the show, we'll get a brush and brush it out.
Okay.
But with a husband as busy and popular as you, How do you balance your work and family? We've spoken a lot about balancing today. You know? So how do you balance it?
Well, I think we've been really blessed to come at this time. At this time when there's mobile phones, you know.
Yes, sir.
That has been a key instrument for us because we can just call each other, which we couldn't do in the early years. So when he's gone for a long time, it was like, you know, you kind of almost had to start the relationship again, and there was always so much tension, you know. But now with mobile phones, yes, this is going on in the house, you know, if he's the one at home, yes, yeah, okay, where did you put this? I can't find it.
You know,
things like that.
I'm there,
yes, and also knowing that sometimes people get really cross with me because when they have a lot of socials, I can't go because it usually falls at the time when he's home, when my husband is home, or for him too, he can't go because it falls at the time when I am home. And so we want to be together. We haven't spent that much time together, do you understand? So we apologize. Don't be hard. My mom also taught me this, that family always has to come first. So no matter what it is, if it's work that's competing with family at a particular time, then it's family. You just have to. So sometimes it's the children that need your attention. Sometimes it's the husband that needs your attention. But there are times it's the business that needs your attention. You give it to him. You know, you give the attention.
Yes. We always try to strike that balance. Okay. So
yes,
now
it's my turn. No.
But I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
If I came dressed like this to the house and I told you, Mommy, I want to pay your daughter's bride price. As a master of my own art, dressed like this, with Akbola shoe and plenty hair.
Yes. You know, my first answer to that question was a quick speaking in tongues and saying the Holy Ghost. Yeah. But you know, knowing you, getting to talk to you, you do know that this is someone who really, just take away the wrapping. And he's very, very serious. He's very, so once that person comes to your door, he's not coming to play. He's serious, and you know that they're going to, everything is mapped out, and they're going to work together to build something good. And so the answer will be yes now.
Yes.
Straight.
Okay.
Straight.
Do I want Mama J as my mother-in-law? Sign, sealed, and delivered.
Yes! I thought you were going to think about that.
No, I won't think about that.
Now I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you had a 9 to 5, what would it be?
Without thinking twice about that one, I would be, I think, one of the best teachers anyone would ever have in this country. Not kidding. Yes, sounds very far-fetched because I graduated, I originally wanted to read law or mass comm. Okay. Coming from that sort of background that I had, in the arts, and I just wanted to do something that was, the only course I could find that was close to it was mass comm. Creative arts was just kickstarting in Unilag then. I didn't know. Didn't read the jam stuff well.
Yes.
So I got in and I ended up, how the system operates. I ended up with English education, Department of Curriculum Studies, Faculty of Education. And when they gave us our ID card,
my class, yes.
they put edu/Cori. So people ask, course, so for the first semester, I refused to go to that class. I was always hanging around mass comm, hoping maybe they'll pity me and say, okay, come, let's give you admission. It didn't work out that way. I had carryovers, and I said to myself, you know what? Let me face it squarely. And I loved it because I had background experience in teaching. I was a class teacher for over a year.
Wow.
So I was just wondering, Baba God, now why am I coming to do this again?
It's funny you say that because I think this is another area where we can,
relate. We have something in common.
We can relate with each other because I really enjoy teaching. I started out teaching when I finished in Unilag, and I've taught in, I think the first school was Atlantic Hall, the Abbey schools, then there were the Coronas. I taught in all the Coronas, and Greenwood House School, so many schools, but the amazing thing about it was that I was at the airport once, and this young man comes to me, and he's holding a little girl, and he's saying, "Oh, auntie, so good to see you." And I say, "Oh, yes, how are you?" And yes, thinking another fan. He said, "You taught me." And I'm like, oops. You make me a grandmother. Yeah, and this was years back, you know. So, yes, but I really do enjoy teaching.
I think I've had that experience too, where I've had a couple of my students come up to me looking very buff.
Yes.
And you know, the ones I taught in primary school. Derenle are not Uncle Derenle.
Yeah.
Derenle, you know, you taught me in school. I'm like, Iwo.
They better be Uncle Derenle straight.
But you know, that brings me to my next question very quickly.
Yes.
I like this one because I want to pick a couple of pointers from your answers.
Okay.
Now, you have kept a regal and scandal-free career. How did you do it?
Scandal-free.
Yes.
Do you know, I really get worried when I hear this scandal-free. One, because I say it's almost as if they're tempting fate and pushing all those people who refuse to write about anything. That you come out with this, Joe, let us read and things like that. No, but to be honest with you, it's the grace of God. It's the grace of God. Like I say, sometimes, I think when I started out in my career, I was very lucky to work with a lady known as Lola Fanny Coyote. She was a writer, a director, a producer, and a teacher. What you would call, what's this word? That
a mentor?
A mentor, that's
okay.
it. She was a mentor to a lot of us who started out in Mirror in the Sun. And I remember she used to tell all of us that were, very popular with the audience. And she'll say, be careful, be wary of the press. Don't go courting the press. Be wary, because when they turn around on you, you won't find it funny. And I think of that set, there were only probably about 2 or 3 of us who listened to that advice. For those of us who went courting the press, when the press turned, it was horrible. It was so sad. And you say to yourself, why? Why did this person deserve this? It was, because it was almost like they went after, it's like killing a mosquito with a sledgehammer. Do you understand? So I took that on board very early in my career. And then I've also been blessed with the press people who kind of work with me, with us, I guess. They've always been very, very kind, very kind. Sometimes we'll have discussions and I'll say, don't print that, and they won't. And I think, that's just God's grace. It's really good. He covers you. He says it in Psalm 91. Those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And, I really do abide under his shadow, and he covers me with his wings. So, with his feathers, his wings, yes, definitely.
And I just must add, let me quote the Bible too, because I read my Bible. It is said that let your light shine before all men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. So, me and Mama J, our light is shining right now, the On Show, and everybody start glorifying Baba God for us. So,
yes,
if you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Well, it's the On Show. We've had a blast. I feel like we've been conversing. We've been, it's so funny how there are a lot of people in the industry who, we hardly have time because of, our working calendars.
Exactly,
we hardly sleep. But when we see, we feel like,
we are here. We just pick up from last time. Yes.
So we have done so much of that. Don't worry, there's still more coming your way. What is the On Show? And Mama J, what would you like to say?
This is the only country we've got. And we can't leave it just to our leaders to sort out everything. All of us are makers of change. We are all creators of change. So in whatever sphere we're in, let's just work with as much as integrity as we can and be the best that we can. Nigeria is ours, and it will be beautiful, and it is beautiful. You're on.
You're on. Always be a first-class version of yourself and not a second-class version of anybody else. Choose a job that you love, and you never have to work a day for the rest of your life. They're just paying us to live our lives now. We are on. Time to go and get the paycheck.
Exactly. Okay. And it is access after all.
Access. We are accelerating.
Yes.
On it is.